My name is Alexa Balance. I am originally from Phoenix, Arizona, and I am adopted by my aunt and uncle. My birth mom had died when I was 8 years old from renal cancer, and we had lived with my aunt and uncle since pretty much when I was 8 years old up, but I was officially adopted at 11 by them. I would say I dealt with a lot of, especially like emptiness and loneliness. I felt very alone, and I dealt with a lot of anxiety, and I guess at the time I didn't know it was depression, but looking back, there was definitely a lot of depression that I dealt with. God actually got my attention through a teacher that I had. We had started going to a private school, and she had just thrown God into everything. She had managed to really catch my attention with it, and she made sure to personally sit down with me, like during lunch, after school, like whenever I needed, and she started explaining who Jesus was to me. And that was like my really first exposure to Christ. I had gone to a different church. We had moved from Arizona to Kentucky because my dad is military, and we had started going to this little church in the middle of nowhere, and he's where like the seed like finally started growing and taking root, and where I eventually like accepted Christ. I would say it's definitely been more than I could imagine. I've had more opportunities than I would have ever been able to have. There's a lot more happiness and peace, especially since I have someone to go to when I'm feeling those moments of anxiety or depression. I think I've grown a lot. I think I have more compassion and understanding for people, especially because of the seasons that I've been through. Like, you don't fully know what somebody's going through unless you've gone through that exact situation or something similar. So I think through the seasons that I've gone through, he's given me understanding for other people, like in a deeper level. I've gone to Alaska twice now, but I think this last time, it definitely played a big role in my life, seeing like we did a lot of work with the homeless, and we made bags for the homeless, which was a really big deal. And we went to this church and just like church camp to help out with, and it was just so amazing and eye-opening.
Individuals or mentors that have been particularly influential in your faith journey?
I would say the 4th grade teacher I had, her name was Miss Rincon. I'll remember her forever. And then I would say the pastor in Kentucky, his name was Jesse Brown. He was amazing. His whole family is amazing. We're still friends with them. And then there's probably a big handful here, like Amy Johnson. She's been a big mentor in my life here, and Marty Sizemore, she's my Connect group leader, and Michaela Rose, who's Amy Johnson's daughter. They've just been able to push me, especially this last couple of years, and like really grow into the person who God wants me to be. I just always pray for an open heart and like understanding, so that way I don't want to say missing God's opportunities, because I don't think that's really possible, but just that I have an open mind and that I can see his vision for me. That's all I want, is to follow his plan and to do his will. When I had lived with my birth mother when she was still alive, there was a lot of abuse of every kind, and there was heavy drug abuse within the houses that we lived in. When I had finally started coming to Christ, there was those questions and doubts of like, well, why would Jesus want me if I had been through all of this and I had experienced all of this hurt and all this pain? There was that doubt on Jesus of, well, how can he fix this after everything that I've been through? How can he take my grief and take my pain? I think it's through the little moments that he showed me, like his grace and his mercy especially, of like all of the gifts that he can give, because God took me from a grieving daughter in darkness to a daughter of grace. Like, he took me from a situation of despair to hope, where I can actually see a future for myself.
What message or encouragement would you like to share with others who may be seeking or exploring a relationship with Jesus?
I would say definitely find a good mentor. That's what helped me, and that's what really got me started. And to just pretty much just go for it, because you're going to sit there and be like, well, should I talk to them? should I do this? Just do it. Just keep doing it until you find somebody that you click with or find a church that works for you. Just jump in, because if you just wait for the perfect moment, it's not gonna come.